Greetings. I am continuing my presentation on communication. This is prepared by Colonel Dr. Yashwant Joshi, National Vice President, Advocacy and Advocacy and Awareness, National Association of Palliative Care for Ayush and Integrative Medicine. This is something to know about your body language. Sashtang Pranam, that is total surrender. If you make a total surrender, then your ego will go out. Sashtang Pranam is a symbolism of your total ego going out. Humans pride themselves on their seemingly unique ability to verbalize feelings and ideas. While the mouth tells our story, gestures and posture may tell a different story. This is something about body language. What is body language? You see, different people are standing in different postures, and these postures have different meanings. Body language is the unspoken communication that goes on in every face-to-face encounter with another human being. It tells you their true feelings towards you and how well your words are being received. Between 60 to 80% of our message is communicated through our body language. Only 7 to 10% is attributable to the actual words of a conversation. What do we mean by body language? The medium through which people and animals communicate using gestures, expressions and posture. The posture groups combine to create 4 basic modes. They are responsive, reflective, combative and fidgetive. Taking gestures out of context, do not attach significance to a single gesture. It can be a miscommunication. Gestures should be observed in clusters to provide a more accurate picture of person being observed. Each gesture is like a sentence. The sum total of postures and gestures relate a non-verbal story. Gut feelings and congruence. When intuition tells you that certain people are not being straightforward, even though they sound logical and appropriate. This intuition or gut feeling results from subconscious ability to read another person's body language. Evolution and refinement of inherent gestures. Behavioral scientists have found that some basic communication gestures are universal and believed to be inherent. For example, smiling, shrugging, nodding, etc. Children tend to exaggerate these gestures, making their body language easy to read. These gestures indicate, please help me. So, thank you, sorry. These are all some of the body languages representing certain communication gestures. Why is body language important? Body language plays a big role in intuition, as it gives us messages about the other person that we can interpret at an intuitive level. Body language gives 55% of your communication skill, or 51% communicable thing is happening with the help of your body language. Tone of voice or intonation of voice modulation, voice modulation gives you 38% of communication, of the total communication. Spoken words, if you speak a word, that gives you only 7% of the total body language. So, this is the diagrammatical representation. Body language 55%, then spoken words 7%, tone of voice 38%. These are all representative. It may fluctuate at different times and with different people who make communications. Components of body language. This is a mannequin. Gestures, stance, space relationships, facial expressions, eye contact. These are components of body language. Gestures. Fidgeting shows boredom and restlessness. Pressing fingers together to form a steeple shows interest, assertiveness and determination. Touching the nose or rubbing eyes indicates discomfort. A hand to the back of the neck may indicate withdrawal from a conversation. So, these are some postures to represent gesture. Open stance. Interested people always have an erect posture. Pay attention and lean forward. This shows they are very interested. A firm handshake will give the impression of assertiveness or honesty. People showing open hands, both feet planted on the ground, are accepting. A head tilted to the side indicates interest. Closed stance. Leaning backwards demonstrates aloofness or rejection. Folding arms across one's chest or body is protective and gives the impression of a closed, guarded and defensive character. People with arms folded, legs crossed and bodies turned away are signaling that they are rejecting messages. Head down is negative and judgmental. Standing positions. He is defensive. He is defensive. He is hiding something. He is confident. This is the best posture. He is insecure and indignant and arrogant also. He wants to live. He wants to say something. He is lying. He has a closed mind. So, these are certain standing positions. It is very interesting to know our body language. Standing positions, sitting positions. It appears he is sleeping, isn't it? He is sleeping. He is looking at somewhere. So, she is also concentrating on certain things. She is trying to understand what her the near person is doing. Her neighbor is doing. He is reading. So, these all have some vital effect on the body language that they would like to show. Attentive positions. There are 4 distinct zones in which most people operate. Social, close, 4 to 7 feet. When you stand between 2 persons between 4 and 7 feet, they are very close. Suppose if they are standing in between 7 feet and 12 feet, then they are far, mentally they are far, they do not want to come together. So, in public, close 12 to 25 feet, far 25 feet or greater. So, these are certain studies made and these 4 distinct zones were identified. Here intimate zone is considered to be who is standing between 6 and 18 inches. So, it is very intimate. Personal means close 1.5 to 2.5 feet. And the third is social and the fourth is public. Different cultures. Cultures have a role to play in the exercise of body language. A crowded culture. What is your private space? You do not have a space there at all. When you invade my space, suppose I am having a space or a chair or something else in my room, and somebody occupies my room or occupies my space. Reactions to an invasion of your space. When somebody is sitting on my chair or somebody is sitting on my table, how do you feel about it? That your space is taken away by somebody else, snatched away by somebody else. So, that means you do not have a space in that particular area. Feel troubled, get defensive, become aggressive, retaliate. You will find ways and means to throw him out of the room or to get out of the, take him out of the space, so that you can come back and take possession of your space. Masks we wear. These are all interesting things, you know. We generally come across in our daily life, but we do not pay any attention to all these components. Public masks, public smile, clothing, putting on my face, extended territory, on the road, at work. Can we drop masks? Joking for position, inclusive, non-inclusive, how you include, exclude others in a group, parallel body positions, will position yourselves to relate to each other, side by side or neutral, facing means people are involved, congruence, incongruence, groups that imitate each other, facial expressions. There are some universal facial expressions, a smile, a frown, a scowl. Eye contact is direct and powerful. The use of eye contact varies significantly from culture to culture. You see certain representations of facial expressions. We come across similar situations in our daily life. These have meaning, they convey very important meanings, convey messages, convey communication, they are very communicative. Do you know what eyes are saying? These are all required while you encounter with a situation, when you are confronted with a situation when you have to interact with a patient who is having some end stage disease, and the patient's family members also, how do they feel about the situation. When I used to visit a home care, it is a small hut, and I when entered, a small child takes a cup and goes out, runs out. I knew that he was about to take some a glass of water or a tea from the neighbor. So, I called him, boy, come here, can you give me a cup of water? So, I knew for sure that he does not have any, or the family members do not have the the financial situation to even to buy their daily bread and butter. So, I was quite sure that they are unable to give me anything, they are asking somebody the neighbor to get something for me. So, understanding the situation, I called the boy and said, can you please give me a glass of water. So, these are some cues that will give you proper indication about the particular exact situation of a family in which an end stage patient is staying. Do you know what eyes are saying? Eye contact is an important body language. How long do you look? Staring dehumanizes or challenges. Staring. If you stare at a person for continuously for 1 or 2 minutes, he will ask you, why you are staring at me, isn't it? If I stare you, what will be your response? Glances, socially acceptable timing. Appraisal may indicate interest. Do you look when you talk? When I talk, I should see on your eyes, not somewhere else. Do you look when you listen? Actions speak louder than words. What often happens in any relationship is that language itself becomes a mask and a means of clouding and confusing the relationship. If the spoken language is stripped away and the only communication left is body language, the truth will find some way of pulling through. Spoken language itself is a great obscurer. Julius Fast. Effects of misinterpretation: lots of troubles, lost business, lack of animation, courtesy shows lack of interest, tendency to get right to business to be avoided, conflict with peers, different work styles, wrong assumptions, misinterpretation of signals can be big trouble, legal trouble. Do you know how to act, or are you confused? This is trouble. When they are taking the cup of tea from a pot, the other person is giving 3x rum. So, what will be there? What will be the outcome? Trouble, the whole trouble. Do you know what you are saying? Do you know what you are saying? Next, we will discuss something about handshake. These are very interesting topics. Handshakes. There are 3 basic attitudes that are transmitted through the handshakes: dominance, submission, equality. Dominance is shown by turning hands so that palm is facing down during the handshake. You see, dominance. This is the best type of shake hand. So, dominance is there. Submission is shown by turning hands so that palm is facing upwards during the handshake. Then equality is shown by turning palm so that it faces neither up nor downwards. Straight. The glove shake hand. One person is shaking with one of his hands, the other person shakes with the 2 hands. So, generally we see when leaders shake hands, we can just make an example. Clasping the arm shake hand, clasping the arm. Knuckle cruncher handshake, just make a vibration when you shake hands. Dead fish handshake. Usually what happens, this may be a female hand, and usually it is done like a dead fish handshake. Fingertip clasp. Straight arm extension handshake. High five, high five. So, this is the we all are together. So, that may be the indication that this particular handshake denotes or would like to denote. Fist bump, which especially after COVID, this is the type of handshake people used to share because of some preventive aspects there. Fist bump like this. Namaste. Namaste is usually being followed by, it is part of the Indian culture or the culture that is followed in our country. Namaste. It is a wider meaning, but it will take some time to explain why namaste is made and what is the result or the reaction response that namaste gives you and all that. It is a different chapter. So, namaste. Thank you.